this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On the return is Peterson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
On 2nd down, Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On second down, here's Rosen. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. In for the score. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Robert Kimdichie breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Out of the gun, Watson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson on first down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And they'll run it here. There he goes inside the 30, and all the way down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Green the line!
From the gun, Watson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Green the line! Green the line!
On 1st down, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, it's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, Johnson. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now for the point after. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He finds an opening past the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's Watson on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Watson throwing on first down. He's going to rifle one. He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from the desert after this. Watson now on 1st and 10. He's going to launch this thing. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The wrist seems fine. The legs were never a problem, as DJ's in the backfield again on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Gone, 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 gone.
To throw is Rosen. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Going to throw right side here, complete. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. And now out comes Houston. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a first down. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. So we've reached half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just... And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. DJ Reader with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff, Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 45. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw on second is Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Brockers busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back 22! Back 22!
Third and long. It's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Black 99 Philly! Black 99 Philly! Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Black 99 Philly!
They'll go with Foreman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They run again with Foreman. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are all tied at 28. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Black gun out, Billy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Come back, come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 44 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Green the line. Green the line.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Foreman, and the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Black 22. Black 22. Reset, reset, reset.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Gould is able to put it through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 42 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Again, it's Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
After the run by Foreman, here's 1st and 10. Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Reset.
Watson now to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this is good. Robbie Gould knocks it through in a pressure spot. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Houston, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville.